We started off with 10 regional teams in the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship, and we are down to two teams fighting for that crown that is called the champions of the PFF U16 Boys Championship. We are live from the Manuel Torres Sports Center for the final of the U16 Boys Championship between the Iloilo Guimaras RFA and National Capital Region FA. This is Jamer de la Cruz on call for this championship match, and this is an exciting one. The nation's capital taking on the football capital of the Philippines as NCRFA squares up against Iloilo Guimaras RFA. Two sides have been dominant in their semifinals against Oxfa and Norfa, respectively, with Iloilo Guimaras RFA winning 10 goals to nil over Olongapo City Zambales FA, and NCRFA winning 3 goals to 1 over Negros Occidental RFA. Our match officials for this game, the referees for this match, we're just making sure that we have the right order out here. But this is an exciting one, exciting battle between these two sides. Can't wait to bring this to you, ladies and gentlemen. Looking at Iloilo Guimaras RFA, Coach Joanna Marie Sabin opts to start his usual starting 11 with Wilson Munoz Jr. on goal, and the player that we're looking out for in this game is none other than Nathan Caligdong, who's been a real threat on goal. He scored 4 goals in the match against Oxfa, and he's looking to score more in this game. On the other side, we have the NCRFA. Elvina starts on goal. Kieran Jacobs up front, as well as Johannesburg Ortigas. Plenty of players to make a difference for Coach Dan Padernal in his battle against his hometown here. We'll expect a huge encounter at hand. Teams are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to bring you the action between these two sides. The Manuel Torres Sports Center, NCRFA, and Iloilo Guimaras RFA are ready as well on the field. And we have kickoff for the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship. This is the final. IGRFA kicks us off from left to right. NCRFA wearing white, going from right to left. Expect the likes of Nathan Caligdong, Stelio Siluterio for IGRFA. Then on the other side, you have Inigo Ramirez and Kieran Jacob to be the key or the tip of the spear for the attack. Foul in the middle of the field. The referee just trying to calm things down between Rendon and the defender out there. So IGRFA with possession right now. Long ball forward, headed away by the defense. Pressure stays on. Not anymore as NCRFA clears it out. Ortigas on the right side looking for the cross. Just couldn't get that one to his teammates. Throw in for Oliverio and NCRFA. It was a tight match in the semifinals against the third place team in the tournament, Negros Occidental, RFA, NCR winning 3-1 in that matchup. We have a challenge here. Oh, was Elvina who rose to the occasion but collided with the player from IGRFA. Just trying to confirm what happened there. Referees for this match, headed by Jasper Gerarman, assisted by JP Villaluz and Lindsay Joy Moradas. Let's see what happened here. On the clear, bouncing ball inside the box, and got a contact there with Siloterio. So we go back in action. Like we said, this is a clash between IGRFA and NCRFA. Coach Dan Padernal's heart is going to be split into two as he's coaching NCRFA, but he's facing his hometown of Iloilo, hailing from Santa Barbara. NCRFA with the ball right now and just trying to see how they could compose the attack because IGRFA are applying more pressure in this game. They feel that they are in for a title run here after winning the game against Oxfa. They have the support of the nation's biggest names in Chifi Caligdong, who has a nephew in the field. We also have Jovin Dedic, who's on the live stream right now supporting IGRFA. A lot of players who used to play with the national team came from the football hotbed, which is in Barotac Nuevo. A lot of those players as well represented here with IGRFA. Foul on IGRFA. Now on the attack, Ortigas on the left side. Good through ball for Jacobs. Too strong of a pass for him to chase. They keep the ball in play. Ortigas gets the ball away. Ortigas with a pass to the middle. A shot by Tanhanco. Well met by Wilson Munoz Jr., who's pleading for offside, but nothing has been given by the assistant referee. Lindsay Joy Moradas on the far left side of the screens. And JP Villaluz with the other flag on the other side. Again, IGRFA, composed by players from Santa Barbara, where Coach Dan Padernal was from. Also players from Barotac Nuevo, where the fabled field in front of the church is always active, always filled with players, as well as in Ginbad. Meanwhile, with the side of NCRFA, a couple of players playing in the UAAP with Tanhanco and Mitchell. Tanhanco playing with De La Salle Zobel and Zach Mitchell playing with Southridge Admirals. Both sides really well represented in terms of high-level football, be it in the regional level or in the collegiate level, or should we say the high school level in Metro Manila. One of the players we look out for, wearing jersey number 99 for IGRFA, Nathan Howard Caligdong, nephew of Chiefy Caligdong. He scored a double brace yesterday against Oxfa, and he's been all around the field as well. Kieran Jacobs on the other side, who added the final nail in the coffin yesterday against Norfa, is someone to look out for as well. But IGRFA now on the counter attack. Jersey number 21, Jeremy Nava on the right. Threaded pass to the middle. Good defense by NCRFA. They will usher that out. Oliverio. New ball forward for Jacobs. With Jacobs. Good tackle though from, I believe that was Johan Lico, who's been in the thick of the action against Oxfa as well. A lot of supporters for Oxfa, or rather IGRFA, in the comment section. NCR wearing white and IGRFA wearing blue and white. Gomez being pressured on by Nava. Ball goes out in favor of IGRFA. 6 minutes into this contest. Expect that it's going to be a close one. Because these two sides have proven that they are the best among the 10 regional teams in the national championship. Made their way to the final. They also have quite a history in this tournament as they already faced in the group stages. IGRFA pulling off an upset, a 2-0 win over NCRFA on match day 3. A long ball forward now for IGRFA. Onto the left side they go with Sumagay side. Looking for the cross. The header's not there. Shot from distance. It's not going to bother Elvina anytime soon. As the shot from the team captain, Jaylor Dahay, who's also one of the scorers yesterday, will not be on target. Was a mistake here for NCRFA, but they're not going to pay for it that time as they keep possession of the ball. Now they send the ball forward. They're looking for Kieran Jacob, a tall striker for NCRFA. You could see the height difference against the back four of IGRFA. IGRFA employing a 4-4-2 formation here, but you could see that they're trying to go on a 4-3-3 or variations of a 4-3-3, 4-4-2. NCRFA, same case for them. They're starting out in a traditional 4-4-2 themselves, but on the attack, they might go for a 4-1-2-3 or a 4-3-3 with the wingers helping out on the wings. On the counter attack goes Ortigas on the left side. Ortigas with a fake, and he's brought down. A foul at a dangerous spot for a free kick. Really shifty dribbler here in Johannesburg. Look at that again. Was a tackle, a strong one though, coming from IGRFA. It's going to be a free kick. Once again, love to recognize one of the players who was part of the Philippine men's national football team, and he also scored, I believe, in the 2018 AFF Suzuki Cup. Jovin Bedic in the comment section as well. Still playing for KFC Iloilo, who is in the championship round of the Philippines Football League, which we'll be talking about a bit later once we have a break. We have a free kick here coming up for NCRFA. Ramirez, who scored from a free kick or a set piece yesterday, is on for another free kick here. Here's the free kick from Ramirez. That goes over the bar and out for a goal kick. First 10 minutes of action between IGRFA and NCRFA, and we are seeing shots after shots from either side of the field. This is what final looks like, a proper championship game looks like. They're delivering great games so far. We also love to give props to our viewers, as on Facebook alone, we're already at 1,100 viewers for this championship game between IGRFA and NCRFA. Thank you so much for the support, and keep sharing the stream and letting us know where you're watching. IGRFA with a chance themselves on the other side. Oh, tensions flaring here between Oliverio and the number 7, or 17 rather, Tumagaysay. This is too early though. Too early for tempers to be flaring. Let's see what happened here. Oh, Oliverio got into a tussle or got entangled with Sumagaysay in that sequence. Referee Jasper Gerarma needs to impose his authority in this one. Oliverio still has something to say to Sumagaysay. Just a talking to Sumagaysay and Oliverio that time. No cards given. 12 minutes into this matchup. Masyadong mainit ang laban nitong IGRFA at ng NCRFA. Two of the best programs so far in grassroots football in the Philippines. Hence the reason why they are in the finals of the national championship. NCRFA lost the touch of the ball. Goes out for a throw in. Of course, we also love to recognize all of the other RFAs around the country who joined the regionals. Couldn't make it past the regionals for now, but if you do well in the future, you have a chance of making it to the nationals. NCRFA looking to move forward themselves. IGRFA now with possession. Long ball forward, headed away by Mitchell. Now on the counter attack we go with Rendon. Onto the right side. Pass forward, looking for the number 55 Tananco, but unable to connect. They bring it back down to Oliverio. Tanhanco with a 1-2 pass to the right. Tanhanco once again getting it through the defender. A foul is called. It's going to be in favor, I believe, of IGRFA. As Tanhanco had a touch too many on the defender there. Wilson Munoz Jr., son of the former goalkeeper of Philippine Army, Wilson Munoz. NCRFA with another clearance. End-to-end stuff right now. Neither side are having much of the possession, but whenever they do, they go on the attack. And NCRFA is showing that right now as Rendon with a lovely dribble here, getting past the defender. It's going to be too much or too strong of a touch for Rendon. Goes out of play. Goal kick for NCRFA. Here's the run of Rendon once again. Just too strong. Lico. Good block from the defender, who's getting some orders from the coaching staff, headed by Coach Joanna Marie Sabid. If we're not mistaken, the only female coach in the U16 Boys Championship. We have to confirm if Coach Irving Kitaya is still in the coaching staff and assisting Coach Sabid. It's an encounter between the minds of Dan Padernal and Sabit right now, as well as the physicality of the players. 15 minutes into this matchup. First quarter of this championship game has gone by. We're still at a stalemate. If we already felt each other out, now it's time for them to exploit the pockets of spaces, as Kieran Jacob found that on the left side. Jacob keeping himself on the balance, but unable to do so. A tackle from the number 12 Consular didn't warrant any foul, but they have a corner to boot here for NCRFA. Here's Ortigas with the pass towards Jacobs. He lost his footing after Alico got a tackle on him. And then a follow-up from Consular just to kick the ball away for a corner. To the corner to be taken by NCRFA. A couple of players inside the box. Looping over everybody there and no one getting a touch. Goes out for a goal kick. But before that, we will be having a cooling break and a chance for us to invite everybody as the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season enters its championship round. It already, or the championship round and the classification round has already started. May to the May 30. This weekend, Saturday, May 9, we have a matchup between Kaya FC Iloilo and Stallion Laguna FC at 4 p.m., followed by Aguilas Yumak FC and Manila Digger FC at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. You could also catch the games live on the YouTube channel of the Philippines Football League. And if you want to catch some futsal action as well, head over to the PFF Futsal League social media pages. The semifinal rounds of the PFF Futsal Liga is on as well, as we are in the final of another grassroots tournament in the U16 Boys Championship. Tananco and the Ortigas exploiting the pockets of spaces in the defense of IGRFA. Nathan Kaligdong has been silent for the first 15 minutes or hasn't touched the ball yet. Tempers have flared between Sumagaysay and Oliveria, but as it stands, it's still nil-nil between IGRFA and NCRFA. Of course, cooling break gives us a chance to talk to our viewers on the live stream. Wag pong magtatampo yung mga nasa YouTube. Isilipin natin ang comment section nyo mamaya, but we turn our attentions first in the Facebook stream. We have about 1,200 viewers on Facebook. We have Franz Derek Liansing. We have Mary June Pinuela, Mike De Latina, Shrine Dueñas. A lot of players or a lot of supporters for Igirfa in the comment sections. I can hear the parents of the players in the stadium itself. Again, we're coming to you live from the Manuel Y. Torres Sports Center in Bago City, Negros Occidental for this championship game between IGRFA and NCRFA. Even on the comment section of YouTube, we have a lot of viewers or a lot of comments there as well for, I believe it's for IGRFA. We'll have resumption of action here in the 20th minute after we've had a couple of minutes of cooling break. On a professional football scene, cooling break is taken for just about a minute, and it's being given on a 15-minute interval. But for our U16 boys, you see a couple of minutes cooling break for them, and also going to be given on a 15-minute interval. So we'll see if it's going to be the same thing depending on the weather in Bago City. Sometimes you get one cooling break per half. May mga pahabol na shout out to Renzo Soriano, Ezequiel Lucito, and Verge Hugo as we resume action at the Manuel Y. Torres Sports Center, NCRFA, and IGRFA still at a stalemate after 21 minutes in. Ortigas receives the ball on the left side of the field. He's an out-and-out winger for Coach Dan Padernal. Rendon looking for that threaded pass to the other side, but not connecting. Tanhanco couldn't get a touch of the ball. Oliverio will gather for NCRFA. Still keeping it in play now. IGRFA with great defense, and with that, they were able to win a free kick. Yesterday, we've seen the Philippine Football Federation President, Mr. John Gutierrez, watching the semifinal action between IGRFA and OXFA, as well as NORFA and NCRFA. Still in the building, though, to support the young guns of Philippine football, looking for the next players in the pipeline for our national squad in the group or the age group tournaments. NCRFA could it move forward? Throw in right now for IGRFA. Nava couldn't get a touch, but the foul is called in favor of IGRFA. With this free kick, you'll see Dahay or Lico stepping up to the plate for Iloilo Guimaras RFA. IGRFA with a free kick themselves and a chance to threaten the goal mouth of Don Elvina, who only conceded one goal yesterday. The delivery inside the box, headed one in, but not on target. It's getting closer for Siloterio and IGRFA. Wilson Munoz Jr. on the other side hasn't conceded any goal against OXFA. Here's a look of the free kick routine for IGRFA. Siloterio primed himself up for that header, but just couldn't get that on target. Here's a chance now for NCRFA with Kieran Jacob on the right side, looking for that cross. Wilson Munoz was alert to the pass. It goes straight to him as well. Wouldn't be a problem for him to hold on to the ball. Ortigas couldn't get a clean touch of the ball. Now a long ball forward from Dahay. Straight to Oliverio, who now clears it out. The pressure stays on. Nathan Caligdong with his first couple of touches of the ball. We haven't felt him yet in this game. We are used to seeing him on the left wing for IGRFA or sometimes in central midfield. But right now, he's being marked well by NCRFA and he's not getting some touches of the ball. And if he does, he's surely going to make some difference there for IGRFA. Ortigas trying to keep it in play, but unable to do so. Here in the 26th minute of the game between IGRFA and NCRFA. And these two sides have already met in the group stages, with IGRFA getting the better of NCRFA by 2-0. They're looking to move forward again, but it goes straight to Elvina. Rather, the 2-0 win for IGRFA came in match day 3. NCRFA with Ortigas, Kieran Jacob. Jacob goes down. Referee calls for a foul. A bit late, if you may ask me. But gonna be a free kick in favor of NCRFA nonetheless. IGRFA coming on to the final with a clean slate. They won all of their 4 games in the group stages. The and a 10-0 win to put an exclamation mark on their journey. Let's see this one again from Ortigas. A pass to Jacob, but a too heavy tackle from James Consular allows NCRFA with a free kick. So here's the free kick. Ortigas straight to the wall. He got the bounce. A shot. Wilson Munoz Jr. being forced to dive, but no save there. It goes out for a goal kick. The attempt from Bryant Monsanto, the team captain. Let's see this one again. He knew it was a shooting distance for him, but just unable to connect. Halfway point of the first half, ladies and gentlemen, for the championship game between IGRFA and NCRFA. Still scoreless. Both sides still probing and testing each other out. So far, nobody is breaking through the lines of the defense. IGRFA clearing the ball out. Dahay try to send it back. Rendon wins it for NCRFA. A long ball forward looking for Ortigas on the left side. Ortigas keeps it in touching distance for them. For a teammate. Chip through. And Tanhanko was not on the same wavelength with Ortigas. I could already see that they want to do that 1-2 pass. But Ortigas just not recognizing that play with Tanhanko. Coach Joanna Marie Sabid of IGRFA barking instructions from the sidelines. Stan Padernal still sitting in the bench. Just staying composed in front of his kids as it all reflects onto him. Ortigas couldn't keep that down. Now IGRFA with Kaligdong on the left side. Slip, or rather that wasn't Kaligdong. Though Kaligdong has shifted from the left wing to the central midfield right now, as you can see on your screens. We expect him to be more up front, because that's where he played well yesterday. Right now, he's in the midfield, and he's not attracting much attention. Now on the counterattack goes IGRFA on the left. The cross wasn't strong to find anybody inside the box. Ball goes back to the side of IGRFA. A strike from distance. Elvina will just wave that off for a goal kick. Good look at Johan Lico. He was tested quite a couple of times yesterday, but the attack of IGRFA was too much for Oxford to handle. They were forced to defend most of the time. They weren't able to string some attacks, unlike IGRFA, who's now moving forward on the left flank. The passing is not clicking for them. And again, we wanted to point out, we wanted to see Nathan Kaligdong more in the left wing role for them. It's either Coach Joanna Marie Sabid is reserving that for the second half, or they would like to see Kaligdong create more opportunities in midfield. Because yesterday, he created a lot of chances from left wing, and he even scored a double brace to his name. Right now, he's just there, providing the goods for his teammates, They don't have possession. Rendon sends it forward for Kieran Jacobs to chase. Jacobs once again with a bit of a nudge. Foul called against Jacobs. Too much of a nudge there from Jacobs. The tall and strong player from Brent International School. The expected target man for NCRFA. This is the sequence. Look at that bump. Extended shoulders from Jacob. It's foul against NCRFA. Wilson Munoz Jr. to send this free kick in. Long clearance from NCRFA again. Either sides are not really testing the goalkeepers as of this time. We will have another cooling break. Again, a lot of supporters from NCRFA and IGRFA on the comment sections. We have Maymay Yebes Belmonte, Junel Vergara, Jonalyn Oliverio, Musa Michelle Dalit, and Annalyn Albor. Here are some of the chances of the game for NCRFA. Ortigas has been exploiting that left wing for them. Kieran Jacobs playing a center forward role for them and attracting a lot of pressure and physicality himself. Monsanto, who also known for his strike from distance, just couldn't get that on target. And then even on the other side, Igirfa having difficulties in finding the target here in this game. So it's really surprising that the two sides who found the scoring sheet yesterday are still at a stalemate, but it's something that, is expected of a championship game. It's really going to be tight, and that's what we're having this morning. Again, this often gives us a chance to promote all of the other tournaments happening around us in the footballing world or, football here in the Philippines. The PFF Futsal Liga semifinals are happening on May 9 and 10. You can visit the PFF Futsal Liga Facebook page for the schedule of the games, which are happening at the Phil Sports Arena, the House of Futsal, where we hosted the 2025 FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup. And we also have the championship round of the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. This Saturday, we have Kaya FC Iloilo going up against Stallion Laguna FC and Aguilas Yumac versus Manila Digger at the game as well. Good look at the sizable crowd at the Manuel Y. Torres Sports Center in Bago City, Negros Occidental. Glad to have you with us, along with 1,400 viewers on Facebook. Back to the PFL, we have the classification games between Tuloy and Don Bosco Garelli at 4 p.m. on May 10, followed by the Philippine Army and Valenzuela PB Mendiola on 7 p.m. We've seen Bago City turn into the capacity crowd for the PFF U16 Boys Championship. They've supported the home side in Norfa earlier on. Some of them stayed and are currently supporting IGRFA as NCRFA, who tormented them in the semifinals, are threatening to get a goal in. Just couldn't connect for Kieran Jacob. Now Esportuno sends the ball forward. Mitchell, great dribble from the number 6 here. Another long ball for NCRFA. They have Jacob up front to target. Too short of a pass for Ortigas there. Now Elvina has been called into action. Marami pa tayong isa-shoutout mamaya. Stay put, mga kaibigan. We have plenty of the championship game to greet you today. Nava on the right side for IGRFA. With the throw for the boys in blue and white. It's great to see firsthand the product of the programs in Santa Barbara, in Barotac Nuevo, in NCR as well, in full display in Gimbal, Negros Occidental, and all of the other regional FAs. It's a sight to see in the U16 Boys Championship. So a free kick to be taken right now by NCRFA with about 8 minutes remaining in the first half. So far, it's been difficult for either sides to find shots on goal. We have plenty to play for. If we are level after 90 minutes, expect that we will go to the extra time. And if we're still level after 30 minutes of extra time, we go to the dreaded penalty shootout. So here's NCRFA moving forward once more. Rendon couldn't get a touch to the ball. Header out by Dahay. Another clearance for the side of IGRFA. Oliverio sends the ball forward for NCRFA. Tanhanko now for the boys in white. Clearance from Caligdong. Now Ortigas receiving the ball from the back. He's using this left side real well in the game against Norfa, but not that time as Wilson Munoz Jr. gets a touch of it. Siloterio has been a player that we haven't mentioned over the last few minutes in this game. But we are expecting him now as Dahay moving forward on the right side with the cross. Elvina once again alert to the possibility. Manhanko trying to win the ball for NCRFA, but they're having a difficult time doing so. IGRFA with the pressure. Nathan Caligdong sends the ball forward, and Nava wasn't alert for the pass, but rolls out for a goal kick. Here's the sequence again from Nava on the right side. A good threaded pass towards Dahay, but nobody there inside the box to even bother Elvina. RFA with the ball again. Rendon switches to the right side. Rendon still with the ball here on the right. Looking for the cross. Ortigas couldn't get ahead. Kieran Jacobs on the turn with a shot. No deflection, says the referee, and it stays with the IGRFA for a goal kick. Jacob recognized the pass from the right side. See this one again. Went for the cross. Ortigas couldn't get his head to the ball. Kieran Jacobs on the turn just couldn't find the target. About 4 minutes left plus stoppage time in the first half. So far, we're level here. NCRFA with another clearance. And Lico will head that back to Munoz. The story so far in the first half, it's change of attack, but none of it really going in. The NCRFA with Rendon, who's looking on the right side. An outswinger of a ball for Jacob. NCRFA still with possession of the ball. Nathan Kaligdong having difficulties in getting that back for IGRFA. And now they have the opportunity. Siloterio through pass, too strong. It was Belyuga up front. Siloterio recognized the runner, but he wanted him a bit more forward for the pass. But we'll go back to NCRFA on the attack. IGRFA in the middle of the field. This is a battle in midfield right now. Hence the reason Nathan Kaligdong is being played centrally. Ortigas with another long ball, looking for Jacobs. Good first touch. A second one. Close, but not close enough for Kieran Jacob with that strike. That was the first real threat, and it brought the supporters of NCRFA up to their feet. As we're closing into halftime, and NCRFA are inching closer to the first goal of the final. Munoz with the goal kick to send this forward to any of his teammates. Ortigas heads it back for NCRFA. Ortigas now on the ball on the left. He was covered by the number 29 Esportuno. Tanhanko moving forward, but covered well. And Kaligdong tried to head that towards his teammate, just unable to do so. Now going back to the side of NCRFA with Ortigas on the left side. He's been exploiting that for the last 44 minutes. And still unable to find a breakthrough. Good dribble from Rendon, getting away from 4 players there. Freeing up Tanhanko in midfield. A pass to the right side. They are on for a cross, but it goes straight to Wilson Munoz Jr.
There will be a minimum of 7 minutes added time.
So if I heard it correctly, we are going to have like 5 minutes of added time. We're going to get confirmation of that later on. 7 minutes of added time. Medyo malayo ang aking pagkakaintindi, the announcement. But 7 minutes to score for either side. It will really put one of the locker rooms in jubilation if they do so. Ortigas on the left, just cut in control. It goes out for a goal kick. Here's a look at that again with Jacob's strike. Was inches wide of the right or of the left post. Look at the reaction of the supporters or the parents of NCRFA. They knew it was almost going in. It was just too close for danger. IGRFA now with the ball through Dahay, the team captain. It's been intercepted, but goes back to the side of Dahay. The chip pass, but it's straight to Don Elvina. NCRFA now moving on the right side. Still not getting any passes forward to threaten Wilson Munoz Jr., who's been having a great game so far. He's cutting off the lines, but making sure that NCRFA couldn't get a shot on target. He's also distributing the ball well and allowing his forwards to move up in attack and clearing their back line. Meanwhile, NCRFA now again using the wings. Player goes down. Foul committed by IGRFA. Player still down here for NCRFA, but finally gets back up to his feet. Want to see what happened on the right side with Inigo Ramirez. Inigo has been freed up on the wings, and then the tackle from Sumalangkay. He got hurt with that challenge. He's not going to be booked. He was actually got the yellow card, if we're not mistaken, because the referee is writing on his book there. So just about 4 minutes remaining in the first half. A free kick for NCRFA, where they are the most lethal off. Three players in the wall. Four players covering five. Or actually, it's a man-to-man right now off the ball. Here's the delivery. A shot straight to the embrace of Wilson Munoz. Nostalgia is what I feel whenever I say Wilson Munoz Jr.'s name because of his father, who used to play with Philippine Army. Forward pass for NCRFA will not make it on time unless Kieran Jacob gets a touch to it. He will. It's not going to be enough. They'll throw in for NCRFA. Here's the free kick once again from Inigo Ramirez. But straight to Wilson Munoz Jr. And again, the reaction of the crowd at the Manuel Y. Torres Sports Center. Akamata with a long ball forward. And Wilson Munoz will leave that out. Was Joanna Marie Sabid more of the vocal coach in this game? We haven't seen Coach Dan Padernal yet. Free kick right now for IGRFA. 2 more minutes before halftime. Gomez brings it back to Mitchell. 1-2 passing here for NCRFA. They have to keep possession because this is what they're good at. Yesterday, they spent most of the time with the ball against Norfa. They should do the same here against IGRFA if they want to give themselves a fighting chance for the title. Players calling for a handball. It's questionable. We're not sure if it's a pass back or they just left it for the keeper. The referee says play on though. You might have seen that as a deflection from the defender. Because if it's a back pass, then it's going to be called a handball and an indirect free kick for them. but it seems like the referee just saw it as a deflection from a defender towards the path of the goalkeeper. So no penalty or no free kick has been given there. But now, IGRFA with a chance to close out the first half over NCRFA, but unable to do so. Ran out of space on the left side or right side, and that's the end of it. 45 minutes of this championship game in the books. We started the game nil-nil, and at halftime, it's Iloilo Guimaras FA nil, NCRFA nil. We'll go into a short break, and when we come back, it's the second half action and the final of your 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship. Halftime here at the Manuel Torres Sports Center in Bago City, Negros Occidental, and this championship match is living up to our expectations. Iloilo Guimaras RFA and National Capital Region FA still at a nil-nil stalemate. They've had plenty of chances in the first half, but neither side really exploiting the defense or the pockets of space in defense. We haven't noticed any changes at halftime, so we're going to start with the same starting 11. We're hoping for more action in this game. Many of our viewers are still looking into the number 99 in Nathan Caligdong, who had a fantastic game yesterday against Oxfa. And they're hoping that he could be more of an impact in this second half as we get things started with NCRFA. A lot of people expecting Nathan Caligdong, one of the players who were part of the winning team in the Palarong Pambansa 2023. He's playing centrally right now. Let's see what kind of impact he's going to make for IGRFA as they are moving forward with Sumagaysay on the left. The battle between Sumagaysay and Oliverio were quite intense in the first half, and we expect that to get a bit more intense here in the second. Oliverio with the clearance, got a touch of the ball, and it will be a throw in for Sumagaysay and IGRFA. Long pass to Kalikdong in midfield. Finds a player on the right. IGRFA now with a chance themselves to apply the pressure. Throw in right now for the boys in blue and white. A long throw looking for Siloterio inside the box. Siloterio couldn't get a touch. It's going to be cleared by NCRFA, but the pressure stays on. So again, this is the final of the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship. We're at Bago City, Negros Occidental, where 10 teams have squared off in their quest to be crowned the champions of the U16 National Championships. A shot from distance. Elvina got that out for a corner. Two teams right now battling it out for the crown. Only one of them redeemed the champions of the U16 National Championship. Corner kick for IGRFA. From that right side, looking for the header in. It's been cleared out. Nathan Caligdong being pressured on by Ortigas. Ortigas freed up on the left side. Kieran Jacob is moving forward. Great through pass. Jacob is on the clear. A chance here for NCRFA to get the goal, and they will. Two minutes into the second half, and Kieran Jacob opens up the scoring for NCRFA, giving the nation's capital the lead in this game against football capital of the Philippines. Let's see that again. Jacob was on the clear. Great pass from Ortigas, and all he had to do was to get that pass. Munoz, and he celebrates in front of their fans as he also silenced fans of Iloilo Guimaras Regional Football Association. Yesterday, it was Jacob who closed out the deal against Norfa. This time around, he starts the scoring for them. But on the other side, you have Sumagaysay against Oliverio, but he couldn't take a shot on goal. End-to-end stuff now here. The Manuel Torres Sports Center. As things are opening up after Kieran Jacobs scored the opener in the 47th minute. Scoring early in the second half is something that NCRFA will be happy that they've done, because it gives them the advantage all throughout the match. Ball goes to the side of IGRFA. Oliveri was asking for the ball for themselves. It was the one who got a touch of the ball before it goes out. Sumagay side with the throw in. Nava with a shot, looping over Elvina. Goes out for a goal kick once again. Here's the challenge from Oliveria. Oliveria have a case there to complain about the touch. We go back to IGRFA with the ball. 5 minutes into the second half. And a 1-0 margin in favor of NCRFA. NCRFA on defense. We're able to kick it out. They have another throw in to worry about. Now Kaligdong moving forward, much needed to do so. Dahay with a strike and out for a goal kick. NCRFA proving that they really are the program to follow in grassroots football. A lot of players from the province have made their way to the National Capital Region and have tried out for NCRFA. You can see the future with NCR, and right now in the final, NCRFA proving that they are the program to look out for. Oliverio clears it out of danger for NCRFA. We'll go back to the side of NCR because of a foul on IGRFA. Iloilo Guimaras RFA also would like to be named champions of this tournament and be the best program in grassroots football in the U16 category, because they are the football hotbed of the Philippines. Players from Santa Barbara, Carotac Nuevo, and Gimbal really making a difference here. But so far, they're trailing by a goal, with NCRFA winning a free kick as well on their side. It'd be up for more. Monsanto, the team captain, composing the back line right now. Dahay applied the pressure but wasn't able to get the ball. Now they're moving on the left side again. It's Ramirez with a pass to Jacob, the goal scorer. Through pass for Rendon, couldn't get a touch. It goes back to NCRFA and Oliverio. Rendon back to Oliverio. This is the possession game that we know NCRFA of. Keeping the ball in their side as they have the lead. Takes away precious time as well off the clock for IGRFA to bounce back. Monsanto. Switch of play to the right for Oliverio. Oliverio thought about the pass. Now they go for the 1-2. Ramirez, good pass forward for Rendon, who's on the right side, being pressured on by the team captain, Jaylor Dahay. Tempers flaring here as Rendon getting heated with Dahay. NCRFA are one of the teams are instigating fight here. Coach Dan Padernal stepping in the middle. Munoz wasn't happy. The push from Rendon. We have to see that again. Almost clearing out the benches of NCRFA and IGRFA. Let's see this one. Rendon didn't like the push, but of that one, Rendon wasn't actually the one who brought Dahay on the ground, but it was the assistant referee. I'm not sure what they were mad about. Dahay went to the ground. And because of that commotion, Malangkay got a yellow card. Referees are talking to each other as well, because from our vantage point on that replay, it was JP Villaluz who tried to separate Jaylor Dahay and Giancarlo Rendon in that play. And what happened next was Dahay went to the ground as he thought the touch came from Rendon. That cleared out the bench and brought out every player on the field for NCRFA and IGRFA to go after Rendon. And that's the confirmation, the yellow card for Wilson Munoz Jr. A lot of players going into that little black book of referee Jasper Gerarman. The only thing that I missed out, or possibly missed out, is that did Dahay and Rendon got a yellow card for it? Because if not, then that simply means that there's nothing between the two of them. Going back in action with the IGRFA trying to clear their lines. NCRFA moving forward in attack. This is Caligdong sending a ball forward onto the left. Dahay through pass for Siloterio against Oliverio. Gets past Siloterio, or gets past Oliverio, but Siloterio couldn't pull a strike. Dangerous moment there for NCRFA as Siloterio was dribbling past two players in white. Let's see this again. Good through pass from Dahay towards Siloterio. He took on Oliverio and got past him, but the second touch was too strong, and Elvino was allowed to take that ball away from Siloterio. On the other side we go with NCRFA as they try to put on an attack. Nathan Caligdong clears out the lines for IGRFA. Oliverio almost dispossessed by Sumagaysay, who had a moment with Oliverio in the first half. Ramirez on the turn is Rendon. Rendon switching the play to the other side for Ortigas, who provided the assist for Jacob, but he was offside. Again, going back to that sequence with Rendon and Dahay, we have the liberty of, or we have the liberty of the substitution out here, ladies, or the replay. So, tayo yung mas nakakakita nung nangyayari. As for the referee, Jasper Gerarman, he has his assistant referees to help him out in deciding what's going to be the call, and rightly so. He didn't give a yellow card for Dahay and Rendon there. Or maybe we're mistaken. So we're going to confirm that later on. Siloterio with a through pass. A chance here for IGRFA. But Elvina putting his body on the line as Dahay try to go for the shot. Going to be some substitution happening here for IGRFA. And we go back to the play that almost allowed IGRFA to score a goal. So that's a yellow card on the collision with Dahay and the keeper. Oof. Yeah, that was quite high for Dahay. He was already going down though. He misjudged the shot, or he misjudged the attempt. Oh, they changed. It was the second yellow card. But we were wrong all the time, as Jailor Dahay, the team captain, got a yellow card on the collision with Rendon earlier, and now he gets the second yellow and the marching orders from the referee after the contact with Don Santiago Elvina. Had we known that he was on a yellow card, could have been warned. But now it's going to be very difficult for Iloilo Guimaras RFA because they're down to 10 men. And more importantly, it's their team captain that was sent off in this game. Coaching staff is not happy with how it happened. Let's see it again. This is the collision. Elvina missed the touch of the ball. It is quite a 50-50 ball, but if you look into the collision itself with Jailer Dahay and Elvina, as we go to the cooling break, it was quite high as well for Dahay with the attempt. He got the second yellow card of the game as we head into the halftime or the cooling break. We would like to thank each and every viewers that we have. We are now at almost 2,000 viewers for this championship match between IGRFA and NCRFA. Just a slender margin for NCRFA, with Kieran Jacobs scoring in the 47th minute. The crowd at the Manuel Torres Sports Center are not liking the calls of the referees. But as it stands, NCRFA leading a 0-0 as we enter the cooling break. We also would like to thank the viewers that we have in the comments section. A lot of them expressing their dismay on the foul called against Dahay that resulted to a second yellow card and standing off. Nonetheless, keeping the conversation alive in our comment section. We have Kesha Hugo, we have Charlie Tabios, Eva Navalta, we have Yani Calizo Jr., Angelo Tuobiron, Joanna Siloterio, Eva Navalta. A lot of shout outs out here. Keith Tubong, Mark Anthony Besite, we also have Kurt Tendero, and plenty more in the comment section. So we would like to thank you all for catching this championship game. We also encourage you to check out all of the other Philippine football matches. We have the championship round and the classification round in the Philippines Football League 2025-2026 happening at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Going back again to this challenge,
Substitution for individual
you could argue it was a high boot or a 50-50 challenge. The referee had a good look of that. He gave a yellow card, a second yellow card to Dahay, which sent him off this game. So now Iloilo Guimaras RFA will be down to 10 men. With that red card, so a man advantage for NCRFA as we resume action in the 65th minute. If you want more high-level competition, like what we said, we have the Philippines Football League happening on May 9 and 10 for the championship and the classification round. Check out the Facebook page of Philippines Football League for more updates. Another foul called against IGRFA. NCRFA looking to pounce on the opportunity in front of them as they are with the man advantage. "25 minutes left in this action. Quite a close game we have. We're just separated by a goal here. And that red card that could make the difference for the rest of the game. Throw in for Oliverio and NCRFA. Jacob looking for the cross for Ortigas. And that's the insurance goal that they're looking for. NCRFA through Johannesburg Ortigas gets their second goal of the match and possibly the goal that could seal the deal for NCRFA in this championship game. Let's see the play once more from the throw in. Jacob was found free on the right, and with the cross, a first time strike from Ortigas. Didn't need a touch. He just needed to tip that into the back of the net, putting a foot out and scoring the second goal for NCRFA. They won yesterday against Norfa with a 2-goal margin. They're doing it again here, only this time they have a clean sheet on their side with 23 minutes left. We should be in for a thriller of a match as IGRFA tried to bounce back. But NCRFA, with Kieran Jacob heading it forward for them, making life more difficult for the football capital of the Philippines. At the moment, NCRFA is taking that title away from IGRFA. Not only they want to be the nation's capital, but they also want to be the football capital of the Philippines. And right now, in the under 16 category, in this inaugural boys U16 championship, they are leading the way. The NCRFA right now keeping possession to their side as they have a 2-0 margin over IGRFA. They're going forward as well. with Kieran Jacob and Ortigas. Jacob goes down. A foul called on IGRFA on the vice captain, jersey number 12, James Consolar, who also gets a yellow card in the process. Let's look at the challenge again. Kieran Jacobs looking to go on the clear with the foot out from Consular, delayed that run. Now a free kick for NCRFA to apply more damage as player is down for IGRFA. Case of cramps right now. I believe for Consular, who was getting some treatment from the medics. Physicality is getting the most, or rather, that was Esportuno, who was down on the ground. But it was Consular who got the yellow card. So a free kick for NCRFA, a chance to put this game to bed. They have 2-0 margin over IGRFA, a man advantage, everything going to their side. And if after 20 minutes or so, the scoreline stays the same or they add one more, they could go home and be crowned the champions of the U16 Boys Championship. Here's the free kick coming up for NCRFA. Ortigas takes it, hits the crossbar. Was there a touch from Munoz? Referee says no touch. Munoz felt something in his legs after he tried to save it. So it was no touch, I believe, from that point of view. It's going to be a goal kick for Munoz and IGRFA. They have the chance here to pull a goal back and pull off a miracle as well. They were on the offensive side yesterday against Oxfa. They're now on the defensive side against NCRFA. And with NCRFA moving forward with Ramirez on the right side, spreading the ball to Ortigas on the left. When it goes out, IGRFA can move forward and can try to at least reduce the deficit, as we'll have a substitution in the offing. So 2 substitutions. Santander is checking in for Esportuno, the injured player. Then we have the number 39, Guevara, coming in.
Substitution for Iloilo Gibaras RFA. Player number 29. Francis Esporno, replaced by player number 20, Adrian Santander, and player number 13, Stelos Eleuterio, replaced by player number 39, Silos Guevara.
It appears that Eleuterio has also checked out of the game for coach Joanna Marie Sabit. Coming into his place is player number 39, Cyrus Guevara, in the hopes of exploiting more of the defense of NCRFA. But so far, they've been steady. They're holding a 2-0 advantage over IGRFA. Santander, with his first touches of the ball, has been dispossessed by NCRFA. The defense being shown here quite different from what happened in the two sequence. A chance, but Elvina is alert. Monsanto missed the shot earlier on and almost allowed two players in blue to go for the attack. Another player down for IGRFA as the fatigue is already kicking in. So here was the chance for IGRFA earlier on as the defense missed that out. But after that sequence, player went limping off the field. We'll check which player that is as he's getting medical attention. Another player is down, this time for NCRFA. They played yesterday in the semifinals. It is expected that it's going to take its toll on these young kids. As another player is down with the cramps. And referee Jasper Gerarman will send us to another cooling break. A much needed cooling break, if you may say, because very intense, temperatures very hot at the Manuel Y. Torres Sports Center in Bago City, Negros Occidental. One more quarter of action for NCRFA to get this across the line for them with a 2-0 advantage over IGRFA. Coach Jerome Teope of Oxfa in our live stream as well. Thank you so much for watching. Annalisa Masculino. We have Keen Ganzon, Lance Italia, and Zian Asuncion watching us as well. Here are some of the action before we go to the cooling break. Siloterio actually had a clear-cut chance had he got a good touch in this play, but just couldn't keep that one in. And then here's the foul that has spelled the difference. Dahay, with a collision with Elvina, got a red card, the second yellow card for him. And then on the other side, Jacobs with a great pass towards Ortigas, who then capped off the play and converted his second goal. Fans of NCRFA up on their feet as they know they are inching closer to the title. Johnny Saragosa, thank you so much for tuning in. Rance Miguel and Mans Sim, thank you so much for catching the action. We're almost done with the game. IGRFA, nil, NCRFA 2. That's the score for you today. If it stays the same after the next few minutes, NCRFA will go home with the title. The scoring was opened up by Kieran Jacob in the 47th minute. Then on the 66th, Johannesburg Ortigas followed it up. If you want more football action towards the weekend, we got that for you, ladies and gentlemen. Catch the Philippines Football League on our YouTube channel. We are now in the championship and the classification round. If you want some futsal action, you can also catch the action in the PFF Futsal Liga brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission. You can go to Phil Sports Arena, the House of Futsal, if you want to watch the games live, or you can also follow PFF Futsal Liga on Facebook for more updates about the tournament. We've seen a substitution in the offing for NCRFA. I believe that was Marcus Tananco has been checked out for player number 18, Judah Tenerepe. We have 11 minutes to go, plus stoppage time in this match. Bernie Ortigas watching live from Bacolod. Thank you so much. Now another counter. Tenerepe, the substitute. A chance to seal the deal. Good cross and a shot. That is it. Kieran Jacob with a brace and putting this game to bed for NCRFA. Quick impact from the substitute Judah Tenerepe on the counter as he gets the ball away from the defense and then got a cross in. Look at this one. Great control, strong touch, and then a cross towards the path of Jacob. Nothing the goalkeeper could do but watch it go past the line. NCRFA rejoicing. Iloilo Guimaras RFA in dismay as they are now 3 goals down. Before we resume action, I believe Wilson Munoz Jr. is on the other side needing some medical treatment as after the goal went in, we've seen in the camera angle that he felt something in his legs. He might be getting some treatment. Surely he is. 10 minutes remaining in this game. Can he still play through the pain and help his side to save some of their reputation in this match? Already difficult playing with a goal deficit, let alone losing a very important player, a midfielder in Jailer Dahay through the red card. And now Wilson Munoz Jr. may be up or back up to his feet, but he's going to feel that in the morning, especially after all that he's been given for IGRFA in this match to prevent NCRFA in scoring. But nonetheless, he's already conceded 3, while his opposite number in Don Santiago Elvina is staying composed at the back for NCRFA. Resumption of action. Nava got a touch to it, but straight it goes to Kieran Jacob. Might be on for a hat trick. Ramirez, the fake. Another cross looking for Ortigas on the other side. What a shot! What a goal! What a brace! Game over for IGRFA. Aura farming starts for Johannesburg and Ortigas. The goal for today is to win the championship and to avenge their 2-0 defeat in the group stages. They are winning 4-0. Let's see this one again. Great pass from Ramirez to the other side for Ortigas. He didn't need a touch again, similar to when he scored the goal earlier in the 66th minute. Ortigas didn't need a touch and just volleyed that one in. Substitution coming on for IGRFA. Jersey number 21, Nava, is checking out for Tendino. The game is well and truly done now, with NCRFA leading by 4-0 and with 6 minutes remaining in this match. plus some stoppage time, of course, because of the cooling break and all the stoppage that we have. It will take some miracle for Iloilo Guimaras RFA to quickly score 4 goals inside the next 6 minutes or so. Lico sends the ball forward. Again, Oliverio, strong in defense and sends it forward, just clearing the lines for NCRFA. A lot of players have made the difference for NCRFA. You could call out each and every players for NCRFA, but right now it's Kieran Jacob with the brace, Johannes Bernard Ortigas with the brace, and he's also the one who provided more of the chances on that left side, and they're going at it again. So Magaysay wins the ball for IGRFA, takes it back to Nathan Caligdong, who's been silenced in this game. He had 4 goals yesterday against Oxfa, but today has been pocketed by the defense of IGRFA, or rather by NCRFA. Lico, 5 minutes of play remaining in this championship match. NCRFA on course to win the inaugural title in the U16 Boys Championship. Elvina securing the ball after Oliverio heads it back to him. Ortigas once again fighting for the ball. Or rather, that was Tenerepe was fighting for the ball. Apologizes right away to his opponent. Free kick in favor of NCRFA. They take it quick. Four goals in 4 minutes. A huge order for IGRFA to level the playing field. And now Kieran Jacob once again on the attack. On the left side, looking for the cross. Couldn't find the teammate on the right. Player goes down. Another foul called against IGRFA. That was Sumagaysay. Second motion. And that's a yellow card for Sumagaysay. Was the replay of the foul. Bit of extended motion from Sumagaysay in that sequence. Another free kick for NCRFA. Dorendon just sitting on top of the ball right now and waiting for instructions from the referee. So a free kick for NCRFA, sending it to the back post. Another chance, a strike. Not going to bother the goalkeeper, but a foul is called on the earlier play. Less than 2 minutes left. NCRFA can feel it. Iloilo Guimaras RFA in desperation mode now. They need a miracle to get 4 goals in this short span of time. Lico couldn't get that through. Defense clearing the ball again.
Kieran Jacob replaced by player number 9, Zebaya Chua. Player number 11, Igor Ramirez,
Throw in
replaced
for
by player
NCRFA.
number
They could
16,
take some time off the
Zach Dunn,
clock
and
as they
player
are a
number
minute
1,
and stoppage time
Don Alvina,
away
replaced by player number
from
99,
sealing this
Visto
victory.
del Rosario.
NCRFA moving forward again, ever dangerous in attack. IGRFA was able to usher that ball out. Another opportunity for Gan. And NCRFA player goes down. Good tackle. That was clean this time from Consular. But ball goes back to Rendon and NCRFA. Rendon to the middle. 1-2 passing to the right side for Tenerepe, but he's offside. Ten minutes of
There'll be a
stoppage time
minimum
here
of
is
10
what I've
minutes
seen.
added time.
The fourth official, just Tony Concepcion, has given us. So second lease of life for IGRFA because they have 10 minutes to score 4 goals if they can. You have to throw everything, kitchen sink included, if they want to do so. And Sumagaysay starts the play, but couldn't get the pass in. Rendon on the counterattack for NCRFA. They want to make sure that they get this across the line, so they move forward in attack once more. Ortiga stops. Just dribbling with the ball now. Oliverio, who now has the captain's armband, been steady in defense. He's had a lot coming his way with the attack of IGRFA. But since NCRFA got the opening goal in the 47th minute, pressure relaxed a bit on his side, and they've had most of the possession, most of the chances. They're leading 4-0. Foul committed by NCRFA. It goes back to the side of Iloilo Guimaras RFA. Wilson Munoz Jr. sends it forward for his teammates. Guevara looking for the number 7, Sendino. Couldn't connect. Now on the counter attack once more. Tenerepe on the right. Applying pressure on the defense. Ball rolls out of play. Consular just guiding that out for a throw. Throw in for IGRFA. Pressure stays intact from NCRFA. Oliverio trying to kick this one out, and he will. Whistle for a foul in favor of NCRFA. Seven minutes remaining. NCRFA with possession of the ball. And with that 4-goal advantage nonetheless. Coming through in the attack once more. Wilson Munoz gets the ball from the thin air. He sends it forward, looking for his teammates. Sendino with a touch. And again, they move forward. IGRFA, a shot on goal, straight to the gloves of Don Elvina. Iloilo Guimaras RFA may feel hard done by with the red card on Dahay earlier on. It wasn't just the difference. Kieran Jacob has been a real threat in attack. So is Johannes Bern Ortigas, who both scored a brace in this game, leading the line for NCRFA to a 4-0 finish. Or maybe more because we still have 6 minutes left and they are on the ball and they are looking to attack once more. Foul on the number 4. Five minutes of play left. The window of opportunity to score 4 goals is slowly closing for Iloilo Guimaras RFA. Player is down for NCRFA who needs some treatment. The cramps for a player in white, but also a foul in favor of NCRFA. Here's the free kick for NCRFA. They send it out for a goal kick. IGRFA still pushing forward and doing their best. NCRFA with NCRFA on the right. Keeping possession for NCR and getting past Consular. Still with NCRFA. Now foul's going to be called on Consular. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this match. Down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. NCRFA has proven too much to handle for Iloilo Guimaras RFA. With a free kick again. Cleared out only as far as Ortigas, who's been the playmaker on the left and a goal scorer for them in the middle. A chance here for the number 16, Gan. Good block by the defense of IGRFA. They head it out once again. Gan with the ball. Zach Gan looking for the shot. Taken down. No foul. As we continue on with the goal kick. 90 seconds left before we crown the kings of U16 football. Guevara has been dispossessed by Kakamata. They switch the play to the right. Sliding tackle. Play continues for NCRFA. 1 minute left for the nation's capital before they celebrate, as they're on course to win the PFF U16 Boys Championship. Across, headed out. Another ball inside the box. Munoz gathers once again. Less than 30 seconds left in this match. Sent that one out. IGRFA did their best to square up against NCRFA. The red card hurt them the most, as their team captain, Jaylor Dahay, got his marching orders, and from there it was all downhill for IGRFA. And that is the end of the championship match. NCRFA are your champions of the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship. 2 goals from Kieran Jacob in the 47th and the 80th minute, and 2 goals from Johannes Berner Ortigas in the 66th and 82nd minute to seal the victory for the nation's capital. Still some exchange of words in the middle of the park. But after 90 minutes, or let's say 100 minutes, NCRFA winning the championship game by 4-0. We still have the awarding ceremonies coming up, so please don't go away, as we are about to award the champions of the tournament and the individual awardees as well. It was a truly special match at the Manuel Y. Torres Sports Center in Bago City, Negros Occidental. NCRFA have proven stronger between the two sides. 2 goals for Kieran Jacob. Scored the first goal of the match in the 47th minute. It was followed up by Ortigas in the 66th. Then on the 80th minute, he got his brace. And this one, final nail in the coffin from Johannes Berner Ortigas. It ends 4-0 in favor of the champions, the NCRFA. Stick around, folks, as we will have the awarding ceremonies coming up in a few minutes.
Where are you from?
I'm Kieran Jacob. I'm 16 and I'm from Manila.
Okay, so later on the match, the assists, the goals, it was very tight in the first half. All of your efforts since last week coming into fruition. Your thoughts about the championship?
I'm speechless. What an amazing team. You know, the way we play, the way we encourage each other, you know, when we don't give up. You know, we lost to Iloilo in the qualifying round, and now we face them in the finals, and we're able to get our revenge.
You've played different styles, tight matches, matches, you lost Iloilo in the elimination, convincing in the semifinals, dominant, totally dominant in the final. How was the journey?
You know, it was a very hard journey. Unfortunately, one of our players got injured, so we dedicate this win to Andy Pagkasem. Thank you so much for helping us in the first game, and so unfortunate that you got injured. But yeah, the journey was very hard, but we never gave up, and we always kept fighting.
What do you think will be the future for Philippine football? You are now being scouted by the national team coaches. How excited are you about the future of Philippine football?
You know, it's an honor to be scouted like this. I'm super excited for what the future of Philippine football holds for me.
And your message to all those who travel here to Bago City, your supporters, and even the Neckhouse crowd who came here.
Thank you so much to all the supporters that came to watch us, and even the opponents. Thank you for such a good atmosphere and always keeping the matches alive.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations on player of
Thank
the
you.
match. Kira and Jacob. Congratulations, man. Champion. Okay. NCRFA, the champions of the 2026 PFF U16 National Championship. Coach, we've seen you since day one, this team. Difficult, there was a loss, tight matches, clinical semifinals, but dominant here in the final. Describe the entire journey and experience of your team.
Yeah, I just told the boys it's now different story. It's championship and it's the finals, and you have to show what the A game that you've got, because we've been beaten by this game by Iloilo at the eliminations. So the boys shows a big heart today to overcome those adversity. Even though that some are tired, some have injuries, they go out and then show what they very good game today. So I give this all the credit to the boys that NCRFA, especially the family, MFC family. Andy, this for you. We got the trophy. We'll bring home for you, bro.
Coach, describe the heart, the brotherhood, the love, the family that binds NCRFA together for this championship.
Yeah, I'm very thankful. They are there at our back. The team behind the team. It helps a lot and boost up our morale to go further. And then we prove to them that we're worth the championship trophy today.
Coach, personally, as a coach, how do you rank this inaugural? You are the first ever champions of the National U16. How do you rank this in your achievement as a coach?
This is one of my first also in a national level. So I failed in U19, but today I get this one to my badge sa U16 National Championship. So thank you very much PFF. Thank you very much NCRFA. Thank you very much Makati Football Club.
And also, Coach, your contribution, the team's contribution to the growth of Philippine youth football. National team scouts and coaches are watching. How excited are you about the future of your boys, about the future of Philippine football?
Yeah, I'm very thankful also for their coaches from the grassroots of these guys. I know that you are watching how they grow. We are very thankful for our grassroots Filipino coaches. Thank you for your hard working. Not only at the NCRFA, I know Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, they're working so hard for this. And then thank you very much. Hope that see you again for the next tournament.
I know, Coach, you can greet everyone you want to greet. Thank everyone today.
Shout out to my paternal family, kay Tita Nining, kay Nini Donna, kay Inday Dina to support here. Thank you very much.
Coach, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the awarding ceremonies of the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship. We have the Philippine Football Federation President, Mr. John Anthony Gutierrez. He's also assisted by the Negros Occidental RFA President and the hosts of the tournament, Mr. Miggy Valmayor, helping out and giving out the trophies and the awards or the medals. We also have the SK President of Bago City, Miss Juliane Navadia, and the Office Head of Bago City, Mr. Peregrin Vasquez. We've had 10 competitors flew into Bago City to try and get the crown as the best U16 program in the nation. NCRFA started off with a huge win over Mount Apo RFA, but they suffered a shock defeat, a 2-0 defeat at the hands of the other finalists in Iloilo Guimaras RFA. But in the final, as what Coach Dan Padernal said, it's a different game, different setup. It's the final. Stakes are higher. And when stakes are higher, NCRFA came out on top. We just wait for the individual awardees as we recognize the referees who kept the order inside the field. Our referees for the final, headed by Jasper Gerarman. The assistant referees are JP Villaluz and Lindsay Joy Moradas. We also have the fourth official, Justoni Concepcion, receiving the token of appreciation from PFF President, Mr. John Gutierrez, as well as the Negros Occidental RFA President, Mr. Miggy Valmayor. Kudos to our referees for keeping the order inside the field and imposing their authority over the players. Now, Oxfa is being called into the stage. Oxfa, of course, the debutants in the U16 Boys Championship or in the national tournament, headed by Coach Jerome Teope, receiving the Fair Play Award, being one of the most disciplined players in the entire tournament. They finished fourth in the entire competition as well. So props to the Olongapo City Zambales Football Association for fielding such players. Heads held high for the Fair Play awardees in Oxfa. Was also the fourth place team in the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship. Nathan Galigdong getting an award as well. He's been the pacey midfielder for IGRFA. Has been a standout player for Iloilo Guimaras RFA, especially in their game against Oxfa scored 4 goals in that match. And on the screens right now, Brian Julian Monsanto getting an individual award as well from NCRFA. Getting confirmation as we speak of the individual awards that they get. So if we are right, might be the best midfielder for Nathan Caligdong, best defender for Bryant Monsanto, as Don Santiago Elvina is being called in as the best goalkeeper of the tournament. Of course, why wouldn't he be called the Golden Glove awardee or the best goalkeeper in his quest or in their journey here in the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship? He had 3 clean sheets, including the final, and only conceded a total of 4 goals in the entire tournament. So Kieran Jacobs, who is our player of the match, also gets an individual award. He's provided 2 goals, or he scored 2 goals in the final, and provided an assist as well to his teammate. Is Johannes Bern Ortigas, who was the other player who made the difference for NCRFA. You're taking a good look at the future stars of Philippine football. You have Nathan Caligdong, you have Bryant Monsanto, Don Elvina, and Kieran Jacob. These 4 players are well and truly scouted by the coaches of our Philippine Football Federation age groups.
U16 Boys National Championship bronze medalist.
As we proceed to the awarding of the medals and trophies for the podium finishers. Here we have the 3rd place team in the competition, Negros Occidental RFA. We've had a decent fight in the entire tournament, finished Group B winners. The squad built up of SJ Sandag, Neil Renz Gelia, Levon Lagahit, Jerry Largo, Carlos Sales, John DeMarco Kutamura, Teres Nengasca, John Luke Libunaw, Pierre Martos, Hans Nathan de la Cruz, Jason Tachado II, Sebastian Del Rosario, Chandre Ereje, Chris Edward Tolimao, Zach Anthony Betia, Kismi Jopanda, Fire John Serfino, Kale Atanog, Zyke Villamor, Dirk Clovis, and Van Benya. Their head coach is Coach Francis Roy Bakuma, and the team manager is Mr. Jose Miguel Valmayor. Our bronze medalists for the Under 16 Boys Championship, your Negros Occidental Regional Football Association.
We move on to the Silver Medal Awards. Although they weren't able to win this year's edition, their efforts throughout these tough competition and their intensity in today's final match will be truly remembered. We call on this year's PFF U16 Boys National Championship runners-up from Iloilo Guimaras RFA.
There we have the runners-up of the 2026 PFF U16 Boys Championship, your Iloilo Guimaras RFA. And quite a battle in the game. They gave it everything against NCRFA. Was it their day today? But they will have the next coming years to prove that they are truly the football capital of the Philippines. Iloilo Guimaras RFA are composed of Wilson Munoz Jr., Johan Lico, Mateo Sumalangkay, Gabriel Beluga, J. Lord Dahay, James Consular, Stelio Siloterio, Benedict Sumagaysay, Jeremy Nava, Francis Esportuno, and Nathan Caligdong. Those are the starters for today, and you also have Monsor Lopio, Cedrian Manadero, Rain Sendino, Joy Hamotilio, Aaron Lazaro, Gian Perez, EJ Harlock, Ionis Bolisay, Cian Villegas, Adrian Santander, Ron Los Bañez, and Cyrus Guevara, and their head coach is Ms. Joanna Marie Sabid, and their team manager is Roselier Zumbilio. Once again, your silver medalists, the runners-up for the 2026 U16 Boys Championship, Iloilo Guimaras Regional Football Association. They will be hoping to get back to the Nationals next year, as they already made it to the finals. Only thing missing in their fabled trophy cabinet is the title of the champions, which will go to the side of National Capital Region FA. They started off strong in match day one with a 9-0 win over Mount Apo RFA. Then they felt a tremble in their boots after they suffered a 2-0 loss against Iloilo Guimaras RFA. They bounced back with a 2-0 win against Misamis Occidental Osamis FA. They capped off their group stages with a 4-1 win over Zamboanga del Norte de Polog RFA. Into the semifinals, they faced the hosts, Negros Occidental RFA, where they won 3-1 in that match. And in the final, Kieran Jacobs and Johannes Bern Ortigas with a brace, leading them to the championship. The squad is composed of Don Santiago Elvina, Kurt Gomez, Zach Mitchell, Kieran Jacob, Sho Hakamata, Johannes Bern Ortigas, Inigo Ramirez, John Carlo Rendon, Bryant Monsanto, the team captain, Frank Oliverio, Marcus Tanhanco, Disco Massimo del Rosario, Zakaria Troy Chua, Zach Dennis Gan, Judah Tenerepe, Risto Sancho, and Horn Pacasum. They're headed by Coach Dan Padernal, and their team manager is Jose Luis Lozano. And as the player awaits, Coach Dan Padernal, he mentioned in the post-match interview that this is his first national title in the U16 category, and a well-deserved trophy for Coach Dan Padernal and the NCRFA. You also see Coach Lando Cabanero, part of the coaching staff. You see the jersey of their teammate, Horn Pacasum, who couldn't make it to the finals.
We present you the champions of the PFF U16 Boys National Championship 2025, National Capital Region FA.
And now the moment they've been waiting for. The champions of the PFF U16 Boys Championship, their National Capital Region FA, setting the gold standard in grassroots football and winning that coveted inaugural trophy. Congratulations once again to the NCRFA. With the champions being crowned here in Bago City, Negros Occidental, and everybody in our broadcast panel, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a real pleasure to bring you the final round of matches, and we hope to see you in the next edition of the U16 Boys Championship. Congratulations once again to the champions of the tournament, your National Capital Region FA.
Hey,